And they've good to catch up with you. Are we way away from your fight yet? How's things been going?
Yep, training's good. Um, I've been in the flow for a while now. Uh, just working on my skills and yeah, just keeping my body strong. So yeah, it's everything's like on the right path.
And you're on the right card too with your teammate.
Yeah. Carlos, fighting with Carlos is Carlos is obviously the main event. Uh, I was waiting to jump on with the boys, and then once I got to the UFC, I'm like, "Where's everyone gone?" It's just been me like solo for the past two fights, but yeah, now it's like cool to go over with someone. And yeah, even in Perth, like it's nice and close to home, so a couple of Kiwis can come over, and obviously my friends and family, they're all coming over, and yeah, just all the local Aussie fans, that they haven't met, so we're cool to go over there.
I think that's the big thing I've learned over the years listening to all the fighters. It's a big thing to fight close to home. It just means so much.
Yeah. We travel, 14-hour flights with 6-hour connecting flights and so many layovers. That's what I'm used to, like fighting. It's like normal to me. So just a quick run is quite nice, and I know it's probably like a big, trouble for, the overseas opponents to come over. So we get the advantage there. Yeah, I just see it like playing our way big time, and yeah, it's just nice to not have to, do the big haul over. So yeah, it's cool.
You and Carlos have been training together for a long time. Now that you're in the UFC and you've had a good feel around it,
Yeah.
do you feel the intensity building up? Like are you both like pushing yourself even more now
Yeah.
that you're both there?
Yeah, oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, it had been like this even years before I was in the UFC. Everybody knew where I was going and knew how much I trained and worked hard, and I was always helping him, for all of his big fights. And yeah, it's just such a good relationship to have. Like, we're just constantly pushing each other. I'm giving him my hardest work because I'm like, if I want to be in the next level, I want to be a top contender or a champion, I have to match that, his skill set. And, although I was never as like skilled as him, I had the youth and athleticism. I was able to like really like drive that and kind of push him and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just like a real good like kind of training relationship we have, and it's all love, man. It's all love. Like Carlos is like the man, and I enjoy training with him. He's just like a good person to be around.
I see there's another guy that you know on the card as well.
Oh yeah, my last opponent. Yeah. Yeah, I seen they got quite a few light heavyweights. It's like the full-on light heavyweight card. I think they got Jimmy Cruz fighting Ivan Ersland, who I beat in my last fight. I thought it was interesting that they gave him that fight, seeing as he's like been winning non-stop, and Ivan's still looking to get in the win column for that fight. I think, yeah, man, he can't sleep on Ivan because he's pretty good. Yeah, he's quite seasoned and he's got a good sharp boxing. But I think obviously Jimmy will be prepared, and then they also got I think Big Junior is fighting Ibo Arslan, who's a big Turkish guy. So that's an interesting matchup as well. Yes, it's just going to be a big light heavyweight thing sort of going on. I'm obviously fighting one of Jimmy Cruz's opponents, Bellato, who they had a draw. I thought Jimmy might have still won that fight, but yeah, they had a draw. It was still a good fight, I think earlier this year. So yeah, and then obviously he had the big controversial Upkick, which is everyone's like messaging me about, and all of that. It's a weird one, but I'm not really. It's got nothing to do with me. Every fight is a new fight, and like we're gonna throw down. He's gonna come at me because obviously he needs to get his sort of aura back, you know, and I've just got to stay focused and be strong and put him out of there.
Yeah, he'll be definitely trying to get the mojo back after
Yeah.
all the publicity.
Yeah, so, you know, who are better to get that back off than to try to be, you know, the up and coming prospect and me, you know, and I'm there to go and show everyone like, no, I am that top prospect coming into the division, and yeah, I've got to make a statement on this one.
I see somewhere that you want to make a highlight reel. Your last 2 fights have gone the distance,
Yeah.
but that's got to be beneficial for you.
I'm not too. I know a lot of like the fan base is quite, you know, annoyed with that, but for me, I'm like happy because I didn't have an amateur MMA upbringing. I never got to feel out some of these grappling positions, and I'm like thankful that I got to get my like feet wet in some of the areas that I'm like, you know, I train it like all non-stop, but it's good to actually feel it live in the UFC cage, you know, like it's nothing like getting ring time or like cage time. And yeah, it's honestly, I feel like in just 2 fights I feel so much more comfortable, you know. Otherwise, you know, I could have had like my last 2 fights like, you know, first round knockouts within 30 seconds, but I don't feel like I gain anything from that, you know, like I didn't get to show everyone what I'm capable of or whatever. But now I think everyone's like starting to see my skills, like the real fans that are watching, like they could see my skill set. Like in light heavyweight, like you can put anyone out cold just like that. Like it's just honestly, it's so quick to finish someone, but to have like a wide skill set and be put in certain spots and be able to come out, I think that's like more valuable for me, especially like, yeah, because I didn't have that amateur background, MMA background. I didn't have like loads of cage time. I've just been non-stop on the feet as a kickboxer.
You've always been a dedicated trainer, and now you're in the full swing of the UFC, and you know where your fights are and how far out. How much easier is it that when, you know, before there was pull-outs?
Yeah. Oh, it's the best, bro. Like I don't have to worry about looking for fights or whatever, man. It's the UFC. Like this is my dream. Like I want to fight and then hopefully get for this guy, and then I want to jump back in before the year ends, you know, and that'll be 3 fights in a year, which to me is, I don't think is a lot. I think that's like not much at all. But for the UFC, man, like now you're seeing guys fighting like once. You'd be lucky to see them fight 2 times in a year. So to bang out, if I could bang out 3 this year, that would be amazing for me and my progression, and yeah, I'll be able to like keep the hype rolling, like as a fighter, and then hopefully into the rankings and do it again, like fight multiple times. That's what I'm looking to do.
It's definitely UFC and the fan base. You just had to listen to the fights on the weekend.
Yeah.
As soon as the fights go to the ground, the crowd just about starts booing now.
Yeah. It's a weird one. Like, there's a lot of boos. I think it's just the action, like people want violence, and you know, like that seems to be the game now, is like the violence and activity. Everyone wants finishes, and yeah, it's like, you know, I don't blame them. Like we want like all of that, but I do like a good matchup with, you know, great fighters, and even if, you know, some fights go to decision, as long as they slug it out and there's some action, like it's always good.
It's got to be good for you though, because you're a stand-up man.
Yeah, I'm a stand-up fighter. Like, I mean, I actually want to be known as like a all-arounder. I want people to know that I can take you down and, you know, do the work there as well. Like, I've always just want to be sound everywhere, and that's why I'm always training hard and like trying to piece together the puzzles when I'm in the fight. And then like as soon as I finish the fight, like I come back and I already know what I want to work on. Like I'm already talking to the coaches and stuff, and that's what I felt like I've done with my previous 2 fights. And you know, I never would have known any of that unless I'd had that cage time. So yeah, it's quite nice.
And what would you say the difference is now, just in between the last fight and here? I've seen you doing a lot of one-on-one with Mike and with Eugene a lot.
Yeah, it's just yeah, I think a lot of the times I'd been like just very careful, very careful, like fighting careful. But I think I just need to flick the switch and change it to just being a little bit more aggressive, and just trusting in my skills now that I can defend takedowns. If I get taken down, I know I'm going to get back up, and I can just kind of put my foot on the pedal a bit more. And now coming off my last camp and having like such a long set of training coming into this fight, I can really trust in my gas tank and stuff, and really put my foot on the pedal. I mean, my last 2 fights I'd had, injuries and like complications, so I wasn't able to like really like drive the stamina up. But now I feel like I'm gonna be like real solid, and I can already feel it when I'm doing my conditioning and spider, and when I'm doing the live work on the boys, I'm able to put the pace on them, and I can start to feel their body language sort of with it, and it's given me like a lot of confidence going into the fight.
Hey, something away from the fight, social media and sponsorship, and how much more attention is now that you're always well known in this part of the world, but worldwide, what's it like? You're getting marriage proposals from afar away.
No, I'm not at that level yet, but I definitely get like a lot of reception overseas. I think because I'm like half caste Māori, like Welsh, I have a very uncanny appearance to those overseas, and obviously the accent and stuff. So I do look like very unique compared to most UFC fighters. I here in New Zealand, like I look quite normal, because we have like quite a European mix with a lot of Māori, traditional bloodlines and stuff. But over there it's like complete opposite, and like they know who I am, and I've obviously got the weird name, and come from like CKB. I know like a lot of fighters overseas probably just like real curious about me, because I've never actually done a training camp anywhere other in the world than New Zealand. I've never trained, I didn't do like Israel and them, they obviously had their training camps in Thailand and Tiger Muay Thai, and then they got the Bang Tao now. But I never done all that. I only ever trained in New Zealand, and I did that all the way into the UFC. And so no one really knows how good I am, and I think that's like there's like a big question mark around my name in the UFC. But because I've won, let's let them know that I'm legit.
There'll be a few people less worried about the question mark, because you'll answer some questions.
Yeah,
in
for
Perth,
sure.
mate.
That's it. For sure. Big time. We'll come and make a statement.
Cool. Thanks,
See,
mate.
bro.
I really appreciate that.
Shot. Awesome.
Yeah.